Yeah, they could, but if that kid gives them a little lip, what are they going to do?
Yeah, you write them a ticket, for the small amount of marijuana.
Yeah, that's what they might do, but they can also arrest them.
Yeah, but they don't have to book them under that law.
They don't have to, but they can.
I think they can just write them a ticket or let them go.
But they don't have to. They can. It's still an arrestable offense.
Yeah.
It's still a Class B.
I mean, we got the way to do it, it's just that nobody's doing it.
Because they don't have to.
Didn't 5 other states follow Washington and Colorado this last election on the marijuana thing?
Repeat your question.
Didn't 5 other states follow Washington and Colorado on the marijuana thing? So doesn't it look like it's inevitable?
I don't think it's inevitable. Not with the current makeup of the legislature, it's not.
No, but I mean, over
The
time.
problem with the libertarian argument on this is they all talk about marijuana, but if you take their logical conclusion, and you have to legalize hard drugs as well. Because if this is about liberty, and I'm not hurting somebody else, as they say, and I'm at home doing my thing, then if you follow that libertarian line of thinking, then to be consistent, you have to apply it to hard drugs as well. And I just think we have enough legal intoxicants in our country right now.
What happened to Giovanni?
Can I get Hank's question before I come back to that?
Mine is not a question. Mine is a statement on that subject. I have a possession conviction, which I now have a full governor's pardon, and I'm adamantly against marijuana use. It messed my life up for a long time. It is a danger, and the last report that I just saw was a 20-year report of the negative effects of marijuana, and it makes alcohol hell in comparison. It's very, very dangerous. It really, really is. Now, with that being said, I also don't drink.
Well, I'm a Baptist, but I'm a happy Baptist.
Let me turn that off.
Well, just recently, the government's cracked down on prescription painkillers. And I know from personal experience, going to a pain doctor in excruciating pain of not being able to get pain relief. And I'm sure there are other people that have gone, because the doctors are afraid, to write a prescription. And, I guess they think everybody's going to become a drug addict or something. But the government's really cracked down on that.
It's a hard philosophical question.
But they ought to crack down on marijuana.
Giovanni.
Last question about Gio. Call him Gio, Giovanni Guglielmi, my friend and colleague from South Lake, beloved by the Tea Party, beloved by the grassroots. Came out and very adamantly said he was going to vote for Joe Strauss. But not only that, said some I view as disparaging things about Scott Turner. He did it at a Tea Party meeting this week, and it was a pretty tough reaction among some people. It would be the equivalent if I was on a stage at grassroots with David Simpson and Ryan Hughes, and we had a panel discussion. We talked about the speaker's race, and I said I was going to vote for Joe Strauss. And I don't think Scott's a good candidate. He's not qualified and all these other things. You can imagine the reaction that would happen. It's kind of the same thing happened there. And so I disagree with his decision, and I'm disappointed.
So what can we do to keep more people from following his steps? I mean, should we have a letter writing campaign? Or you can't say?
No, I don't know. I'm sitting there thinking, what is effective?
Should we pack
What is
the...
effective? I mean, you guys have been around politics as much as I have. What is effective on making your voice known? Is it a letter to the office of the staff?
Do they read the letters?
Handwritten.
Yeah.
They do.
I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. Well, I'm saying, if people care about an issue, you ought to communicate as directly and as clearly as possible to their representative. That's the answer, whatever the issue is.
Yeah, we're going to need to shut down.